stream, I want to welcome you guys to a new video. This video is going to be titled, What the fuck has happened to MW 2019? Don't worry, there will be an MW2 video and maybe even an MW3 one at some point. But today's video, I wanted to make what the fuck has happened to MW 2019. Now, this is specifically a multiplayer video. Maybe in another video, I'll make like a what has happened to co-op in MW 2019. But this video is specifically a video where we're going to be talking about what has happened to the multiplayer in MW 2019. As you guys can see, first of all, you're not even getting full lobbies. And second of all, this game sliding system is ass. I'm not even going off of an official video script right now because I didn't even feel like writing one for this. I can come up with this shit off the top of my head just by playing the game. And as you guys will see, it just plays like a slow movie. Literally. That's how the game plays. It plays like a little movie, dude. And there's a respawn timer. I mean, I could see why Activision abandoned this, and not just because the game is old. The reason I think they abandoned it is look at how it plays. I don't even think MW, the original Modern Warfare, plays like this. If you go back to play it, if it even has a player base. But like, just looking at this, dude, this is a disappointment. I remember I used to get on this game and actually play it like all the time. It's crazy how much of a disappointment this is, dude. So if you compare this to the newer Call of Duties, you're probably asking, what's the problem with the game? Well, it's genuinely that it is either unplayable or genuinely just has no playlist in the game. There is the standard game modes, the hardcore game modes, or Call of Duty League modes, which I'm pretty sure don't even work anymore. But the main point is that there is really only domination and hardpoint that people play at this point. Team Deathmatch doesn't really get played. Kill Confirm doesn't really get played much. I think I've seen one match of it here and there. And just the game isn't fun. It has no FOV slider, first of all, which is the biggest issue. Unless you're on PC. The only place that gets an FOV slider, by the way. And even worse, it's giving into the people who are coming up with new words, aka the 67-degree FOV that's in this game. That is just so bad. And I'm not joking either. That's the FOV of this game, is 67 degrees. That guy is a Valentine's calling card that I've never even seen. That's how crazy this game is. Yet, I'm playing this game in 2026, and it does not feel like a Call of Duty. Maybe I'll do all these. Maybe I'll do one of these with each COD. But this just doesn't feel like Call of Duty. In fact, let me tell you, it feels more like an old Call of Duty. Matter of fact, this thing plays about as well as Vanguard. Yeah, I fucking said it. It plays about as well as Vanguard. Believe me, I've never said that about a Call of Duty, I don't think, in quite a long time. I don't think there's any Call of Duties that if I go back, I'll be like, oh, this plays like Vanguard. Because as you guys know, Vanguard plays horribly. Well, at least if you're somewhat of a Call of Duty fan, you would know that. Vanguard plays horribly. Like, if you played Vanguard, you know it plays horribly. But the point I have to make, people have mic problems in this game, by the way. I don't know if it's the same for MW3, but I know MW2 and MW 2019 give people mic problems. I don't know if it's exclusive to Turtle Beach, but what I do know is that a lot of people have mic issues, and myself included. So this game gave people mic problems, first of all, where you can't even hear people in game chat. Or you can't even talk to people in game chat. That's already one of the issues with the game. And only certain mics work in game chat, apparently. So that's already an issue on its own. And I'm not even hating or anything, but And I guess what I'm saying is the game just doesn't play like it used to. And I guess I used to see this game playing very well. And it just, oh man. This game has changed. To say that would be kind of an understatement. I remember when I went back on here and they still had Shoot House, and I was playing that to get the camos for the AMAX, and I got my first ever gold camo in this game. The first ever gold camo I actually pursued in MW 2019. Why? Because they had Shoot House, and I could play that left and right, and it was the only map that I didn't need like a crazy FOV slider to play. Or something, you know? It was the only map I didn't have to sweat my ass off trying to play it. And for some goddamn reason, this game, you have to sweat in this game. There is no other way to play. And sadly, that's just how this game is. But also, there's just so much that could be done about this game, and it's just not, there's not even one thing that people are doing about this. Some people are still playing this with a default fucking emblem. Like, there's high levels playing this game. Like, I just play this game when I can. I don't play it for fun. And I don't think I ever have, you know, to some level. But it's just not fun. I'm going to put it that way. And I get it, Call of Duty's not supposed to be fun. But there's something different about this to every other Call of Duty game. So this has an issue that a lot of Call of Duties do not. And that is just the FOV, the basically the perspective of how much you can see. As you notice, your screen is very tight. Like, there's not a lot that you can see on this game. Like, you can't see much. And you guys can see, you could barely get kills in this game. Like, this game is so damn slow. And I'm not even sure if that's just me or what, but this game feels slow, and it plays slow too. If you guys have ever played it, as of recent, it plays very slow. There's not even max players in lobbies most of the time. What I mean by that is you usually don't reach the player cap in a lobby. Another thing I just don't like is just how weak the game feels. So I'm a level 200 because this uses the Vanguard leveling system, which I actually hit a fairly high level in, despite not even liking Vanguard that much. But I also played 2019 a decent amount, and so I was probably level 180 when I initially went to go like play this game. And that's not because I'm trying to make a joke there or anything. Like, I was probably actually like level 180 or 190 when I went to go play this. And now I'm 236, obviously, so I have leveled up a bit. Like, and that's not the main problem with the game. The problem with the game is it's just not playable. I don't know how else to state it. The game's not playable. The game is just not playable, you know. I used to play it because I wanted to get the camos done on a bunch of stuff and go back to it eventually and just do some stuff, you know, get it done. But there really is, at this point, nothing to do with this game. It's so unplayable and unenjoyable that you just kind of lose it when you play. And the thing is, I don't enjoy this game. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I think I kind of lose my shit when I play this game too. Because there's some stuff this game does that's very pesky and very annoying. And I think this game is just kind of, it's dead, you know? And I don't want to accept that it's dead because there's a lot of my favorite things in this game There's the Kar 98. There's the Grau, obviously, the AMAX. All guns that I absolutely love. And it's really sad to have to say goodbye to all those. But what choice do I have? This game is old. It's dying. And it's one of the worst CODs in terms of being in good shape. It's not in good shape. It is not really going well in terms of a game. It's not doing good. And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me really sad. This game could have added mastery badges and a whole bunch of other stuff to make it kind of like require playing through it, right? But it didn't. It stuck to its old ways, and that's why this game's gonna be gone soon. And that's the sad thing. The minute that this game gets removed from the stores, I'm not gonna feel bad, because the issue is people shouldn't have ever let this game die the way they did, but also, like, this game is something unique, and it's really sad to see it go. I'm not one who wants to see it go, but when it plays like this now, what other choice do you have? And I think that's the best way I can word it. The game just doesn't play like it used to. Yeah, no, it's really sad to see this game dying because you don't want to. You know, this game had a lot of cool things in it, despite having like incendiary shells and stuff, which was like the start of the end. But it's just really sad to see, I guess. I don't want to really accept it because it is a pain. It breaks my heart that this game has died the way it has. I'm being very emotional right now, but this game has just really died down, and it's been about 3 weeks since I last made a video, so I felt like I had to discuss it. And I mean, obviously there's a couple more things I want to go through, but I mean, I only really want to play like one more game here and kind of go over this with you guys. And it's a kill confirm, so it's probably going to be quick. Probably going to be a 25-minute video, honestly. It's not going to be a very long video, I'm figuring, because I just am not happy with this game, and I kind of want that to get out there. This game just could have been so much more if they kept it going, if they kept those 24/7 playlists in there. I guarantee you, people would be playing them non-fucking stop. I myself had very decently high leveled weapons from this game. And here, this game had synchronization with other Call of Duties, and they were adding things from other Call of Duties into their game. That's right, they were adding weapons from like Vanguard and stuff that you could use in MW 2019. They eventually took the leveling system from Vanguard and were inspired to use that as the leveling system later on in the game. So they eventually converted the levels to the Vanguard levels, which was really good that they did the every 50 levels. Somebody was prestiging, right? But this game would have lasted forever if they kept that system. If they just kept on doing that. But ultimately, what they ended up doing was killing off their game. And it wasn't because they took a system from Vanguard and Cold War. It was more so that MW 2019 started as such a faithful game to the series, being the one MW that gets praised to this day for its story, being the last mainstream, like, good piece of Modern Warfare. And And then I start giving MW2 credit because this game just don't feel the same. I tried to like this game. I really have. It's not something that I'm like hating on or something. Like, I do like this game. Don't get me wrong, I love this game. This game, like, this is one of the Call of Duties I grew up on. Obviously not like recently grew up on. But when this Call of Duty came out, I was still, you know, I believe in school probably for like a year or two. And so this came out probably when I was like a senior or something, or when I was like a junior in high school. So this game was one of those, like, it came out when I was still in high school. So I was still playing like mediocre amount of hours in Call of Duty. It wasn't, I could play like 9 hours a day or whatever. Like, it wasn't that type of situation that it usually is nowadays with the Call of Duty games. And that's what it is now, is I can play a lot more. But I guess it just made me really sad that this game has died. A game that I feel like is just so damn good, and I think that it's highly underrated. But in the end of the day, you know, it's died. It's really sad to sit here and say that. I'm not a person who wants to accept that this game is dead, but what do you do if in the end of the day the game's dead? You just have to accept it, you know. I don't want to, because this game was such a big part of me eventually playing the hell out of other CODs, like Cold War and Vanguard and all those. Like, this game was really a part of me getting into that newer COD tangent where they kind of just go off, and those CODs are so fun. But, and now we're going to start lagging, of course. But, no, this is one of those newer CODs that I enjoyed, and it's really sad to see it go kind of down the drain. It's sad to see, and it's not something I want to see. I'm going to say that. This is like watching kind of what's happened to the bully modding community, which may be something that I talk about in a separate video, but yeah, maybe I'll talk about like my wishes for Bully 2 to come out at some point. But it's not that I hate this game by any means. I actually really love this game. I think that's often the mistake that's made is, oh, you hate this game because that's often the mistake that's made is, oh, you hate that game. No, I don't. But the game makes me want to hate it, is the really sad thing about it. And I don't want to hate this game because I have history with this game. You know, I used to play Gunfight in this game. This is when I first started playing Gunfight and just playing the absolute hell out of Gunfight. I don't think people know that story, but I used to just play Gunfight. I would stay up and I would play Gunfight. 1 or 2v2, just all the time. Where you try out the different guns, and I would level up weapons through that way and just use different weapons through that and kind of find out what I would like to use as we kind of just played around with shotguns and ARs and whatnot. And I was having the time of my life back then. Sure, I wasn't focused on getting XP at that point because I was just like, whatever. And my friend's like, oh, let's play. And I was like, okay, let's play some Gunfight. And I would play this all the time. This is the reason I did not prestige in this game for such a long time, was because I absolutely refused to play anything else. Gunfight was like the situation where I really enjoyed that mode, and I didn't want to see it go. And as you guys can see, it's not like I'm terrible at this game. I am actually really good at this game, and I actually do enjoy it. But it's kind of just one of those things. It happened, you know, the game's over. Accept it. And as a Call of Duty player, I can't really accept it, that this game is over. It's another situation like Advanced Warfare, the difference being I still enjoy Advanced Warfare. This is just something I don't enjoy anymore, and this Call of Duty has lived in my heart for such a long time as what I believe to be a very incredible game. And I really enjoyed this game. You know, it was the reboot to the franchise, and I think it was, in all respects, one of the best Modern Warfares that we've had since maybe Cold War. Or, hell, since even like Call of Duty Ghosts. This is like probably the best Modern Warfare we have had. And aside from the OG Modern Warfare 3, which I think came out after, a little bit after, but like, I guess my issue is this game was going somewhere, in my mind, I guess. And I always thought very highly of this game. Hell, I have it on disc if you need proof of like how highly I thought of this game. I have the game on disc from Walmart. I literally had bought it at Walmart on disc and later got it digital as well. Hell, if you need proof of how dedicated I am, go look at the amount of skins and items I have in Cold War as well as the amount of blueprints and skins I have in this game, particularly for Ghost of all characters, which I have every skin for. And on top of that, just go look at my number of DLCs I've had in the past 4 Call of Duty games. And you will need no question of whether I am a true dedicated fan of this series. But the biggest issue is your perks. You need to run double time on every class to actually enjoy the game. Apparently is what it seems like, because that makes you move faster. For some reason, you need to run that on every class. Like, it's just not as playable if you don't have that. And there's a lot of glaring flaws with this game. The only reason I am still playing it is because I see reason to play it. You know, like, and you're seeing people with these gold guns, like, you can't even get gold guns anymore because the kills you need with them is absurd. 500 something kills with most weapons. In BO7 I could do that just fine because I could kill infinite people basically. There's so many people playing that game. But if I go on here, which is such a weird thing also because BO7 is like should be super dead. And this game should be the one getting more players, right? And it probably is. It probably is getting more players now. But I guess my biggest issue is just this game is dead and we need to accept it. I don't think there's any going back to 2019, you know. This Call of Duty is super dead, and it's just, to kind of rephrase my point, it's just not nearly as good as it used to be. You know, 2019 is just one of those things where it is what it is, you know, and you just have to accept it for what it is. You know, you can play it if you want, but like, you'll get time limit reached on over half your matches. Do you know why? Oh, and here's a play by me at the end too. I got the last kill. This game just has no fan base any longer. Like, that is non-existent, guys. And maybe I'll go like a couple reasons into why, but one of the biggest reasons is Warzone has just migrated at this point from this game all the way to what's it called? All the way to the other Modern Warfares, which is just really sad. As you guys can see, I'm carrying around a gold AMAX, so obviously Like, obviously, I enjoyed this game enough to go for that, right? And obviously, if you go under Ghost and go look at my various skins that I have all the skins in the game for Ghost. No matter what season. So, people ask, like, 24/7, like, oh, why don't you go back to 2019 or MW 2019? This is why. Is I go back to this game and it just makes me want to go play the other MWs and just not this one. I mean, there's so many weapons in here from MW, right? And I don't know if there's like other weapons in here, but like if you just go and like if you just look around, like I have gold on this weapon. It's obvious that I enjoy using this weapon. Like kill challenge to get the gold calling card, alright? Platinum calling card. I guess what it is for me is like what is really disappointing to me is coming back and just looking at what has happened to this Call of Duty game. One that I ever so obviously enjoyed the hell out of, and in the end I feel very sad that I have to watch it die, you know? And we've kind of reached our time limit on this video, but before I end it real quick, I want to thank you guys for watching. And just let you guys know, I probably have one of these coming out on most of the Call of Duty games. Maybe even Vanguard at some point. If I find that, like, they're playable, I will make a video on them, probably. But this is, like, the one video I wanted to get out, was MW 2019, what the fuck has happened to you? Because if you look, that's gonna be the title of this video, by the way. But if you look and just like if you've been watching me play it, the game isn't fun. It doesn't feel fun, and there's no exhilarating like enjoyment that you get at playing it. It still has the problem of way too many attachments in a Call of Duty game, which is something Black Ops actually fixed a bit. So that's one reason I'd rather play that, is first of all, way less attachments, way less weapon levels by at least 10 or 15. And it's sad. That's MW 2019. The sad story of what could have been. I don't really have much else to say about it. As you guys can tell, little heartbroken at the game. Um, let's go through the list here. So, I have, if you compare this to any MW, guys, this is the last set of things I'm going to kind of put out there. But there's terrible maps, a lot of long range maps, in fact, slow gameplay, bad sliding, terrible movement in general. Highlight originally was the playlist, which over half of them have been removed. There's one mosh pit, which is realism. Right? And then there's literally no 24/7 game modes at all. Shoot house practically non-existent. Same with shipment. So, what I'm realizing just talking about this, I should probably bring up the fact that Warzone basically got shut down, and that also kind of killed this game a bit. But I'm going to tell you, there was still people playing multiplayer even when Warzone was up. So, I don't think that that was 100% contribution to MW19 just kind of being a pile of dumpsters after so long. Guys, I want to say it probably did affect it. I don't think that it was something where it is the reason it died. I think it has more so to do with that I think what it has to do with is rather the fact that this game just wasn't going to live very long past MW2's release. And also that so many CODs released after that that everybody just kind of moved on. So MW 2019 is just a really sad Call of Duty. Maybe I'll make a BO6 video too that I'll like post in like 4 days or something. But what it comes down to is MW 2019, rest in peace. I mean, you had a great campaign, which I only know what happens because I've watched it. I haven't played it. Maybe I'll go back and do a rerun of campaign and review the campaign and say, oh, this was a really good campaign. The multiplayer is just not up to par. And maybe that's what will happen. But maybe I'll do a co-op review. Who knows? But at this point, MW19 is just a sad sob story. And I'm not saying that to be a dickhead or to be rude. I'm saying that because it is. It's a really sad thing to see that. And yeah, I think in the end it is something that maybe I am going to cry about a bit because MW19 will always have a place in my heart, but it's gone. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's sad. It's a sad story. I don't want to be the person who says MW19's ass, but like it's gone. There's not much we can do, and these camo criterias are damn near impossible unless you play every minute of the day at this point. Because killing 400 enemies in a day when nobody plays the goddamn game and you're getting 20 kills a game, it's just not possible. Lobbies are dead. The game is dead in general. The main reason people will go back to this game is to revisit the campaign. Or maybe do the spec ops with their friends or whatever. But like, mainly just for achievements and revisiting campaign. Nobody really goes back for this multiplayer, which is kind of a sad thing. I guess I'll go through like my weapon levels real quick and show off that I definitely did play this game. Like, if you look at the weapon levels, I definitely played this game. It was just kind of a situation of this game went bye-bye. And it had the ASVAL, which later ended up getting added to Black Ops 6. But it also had the AN-94, which is a gun I was excited to use too. And I just never really got the chance there. I guess it's a sad sob story. I don't want to be the person to be a jackass, obviously, but like it was just kind of something that it did hurt to a certain extent. It did. You can obviously see I had some weapons I had like armory versions of, so it's not like I like had something against this game. In no way did I. But the problem just ended up becoming what's gonna be of this game. What's gonna happen to MW 2019? Is it going to survive? And it ended up being a really sad situation. Ended up being something that I don't think I was prepared to face in terms of a game. It game I just had to toss out basically, and it was sad because I never truly held something against this game. In fact, I actually think I like this game, but it's just really fucking sad. What's really cool is you can view your blueprints for each weapon through different games. I guess I just want to announce ahead of everything that I just really never had a problem with. I don't know if these are your owned blueprints. Yes, I just wanted to admit that, like, this game was fun for me, and I did grow up on it. So it wasn't, like, something that I had a problem with in any way. So I think this is all of your blueprints, just in general, that you can buy. But, like, it's just a sad story, man. And I guess I'll catch you guys around. But, like, it's really sad. I almost don't want to talk about it because it's just like, why? Why did that have to happen, you know? But obviously over time it was bound to happen. It's a sad fucking story. I didn't want it to happen to this game, and I'm being honest, I probably would have went through and played this myself if it wasn't for some underlying problems that I had with this game. I probably would have went through and played it myself a bit because I wasn't against this game. I actually had no problem with it in terms of general gameplay back when I originally played it. Back when I did the 24/7 game modes on here, and I got this AMAX done, and I do remember there being a shoot house, a 24/7 shoot house, or maybe it was like a ship house playlist, but there was definitely shoot house was a map that was available 24/7, and they had that going. It was like the 24/7 Nuketown. And then they had canceled it, I guess, with the shutdown of Warzone or something, and it lost so many players, I think, after they did those two things. I think that was kind of what killed it off. So I guess I'll see you guys around, man. It's been a hell of a video, but that's really my opinions on the game. I think it had places to go, and it's sad to see a game that you once loved so much to just fall off completely. It's a really sad situation. So I guess I'm gonna hop on BO7 or BO6 or whatever, but I just wanted to get this out of the way and kind of put it up there. This game is kind of over, and it's a sad situation. You know, it's ever so rare that that you just get sad because a game has died and you just can't really take it. You can't put it into emotions, and you end up just kind of letting it all pour out. And that was the situation with this game. And I guess I'll see you guys around. I'm gonna start up my Black Ops 6 stream or Black Ops 7 stream or whatever. Um, yeah. It is, man. It's sad. It's sad situation. Um, yeah, it is. It's a sad situation. I'm gonna exit the video though, guys. And by the way, I guess wanted to say thank you to all of you for watching. It's Anarchy out, I guess, with the uttermost sadness, missing a game that I thought could never die because the fan base was so big. A game that I truly thought would last forever and just be the absolute epitome of greatness, and people never went back to it because they got rid of game modes and they ruined it. This is a Activision mistake in my belief. Is thank you, Swan. I believe is hopefully this game gets revived at some point, but my guess is this game has kind of died of neglect. That's the ultimate truth. Activision has dropped this game. Um, they've gave up on it. I don't know what else to say. Modern Warfare 19 was special. If you had a chance to play it yourself, you would have loved it. Oh man. There's no words that can describe how good this game is. I know I promised a 30-minute video, guys, but I can't help it. I have so much to say. And there's not enough words in one video to describe where this game fits inside of my heart, because it really does have a special place in there. I remember going back, playing Shoot House 24/7, getting the AMAX to max level, and getting gold on it. I grinded the hell out of Modern Warfare 2019 during that time. I was planning on maxing out the Grau and also getting gold on that and a couple other weapons before the game was over, and something stopped me somewhere, and I did not finish the grind. It's sad to me because I know the grind is impossible now, and that they've killed off their own game. Rest in peace, Modern Warfare 2019. You were a special one, and you will forever be remembered. I've already dropped in chat a rest in peace Modern Warfare 2019 with the heart next to it. Truly special game, but it's over and we have to move on. That's the sad part. We have to move on without this game, and I don't know if I can do it, to tell you the truth, but we are going to try. We're going to try to move on from Modern Warfare 19, and it's a sad world because I think it's going to be damn near impossible, but we're going to try to move on. Maybe another time I'll make a reasons why Modern Warfare 3 2023 is ass, or why it's just so bad. Maybe I'll make one of those videos sometime, but I think it's kind of generally time for me to just go and do something else, make some more videos. Maybe a Black Ops 6 revisit next. Who knows? Maybe Black Ops 6 is deserving of that. What I know is that Modern Warfare 19 was deserving of this video. I know that this video deserved to go up, and that MW19 just was so damn special that I'm now crying. But I just know that MW19 so special that it had to go out the right way, and it deserved this video. Not many Call of Duties do, but I think MW19 deserves to be the first game that gets one of these videos. That gets a proper send-off. I think this is potentially one of my favorite Call of Duties of all time, and I think next to maybe Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, this is the first game that really deserves a proper send-off. I mean, maybe we'll try to get Cold War in there and do that. I don't know. But the first game that earned a proper send-off, in my opinion. And with that, I am officially done because we're reaching the almost an hour mark. And I don't want to make this over an hour. I hate when my rants go over an hour. So we're going to cut it off here. And I will see you guys when I hop on Black Ops 6. Maybe we'll do one on Black Ops 6 revisiting it. And we'll post that in a couple days. Who knows? And then we'll just start revisiting CODs. I don't know. Throughout the day. But man, I know this game had a special place in Atlas's heart, definitely. So it's really sad to see it die. I know it had a special place in my heart, in Atlas's heart, and in many fans' hearts. This game was definitely on another level when it comes to Call of Duty games. Few could ever reach the level of Modern Warfare 2019. And it's heartbreaking. Bye, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next one. Anarchy out.